Today, we get to talk about one of my favorite prospects in the 2025 NFL Draft. And despite him being a first-round talent, I think he's still overlooked by the media. We are talking about Abdul Carter, edge/linebacker from Penn State, who was one of only 3 defensive players I would even consider in the first round. Now, before you get all flustered about me even suggesting a defensive player for the Patriots in the first round, I will point out that Will Campbell and Tech McMillan are my top guys. And I already talked about Banks, and I was probably the first to even suggest Ursary and Tyler Booker. So, yeah, I am leaning towards the offensive side of the ball. But we have to look at it. Bill is gone. Steve is gone. And the New England Patriots will enter the 2025 NFL Draft facing a pivotal moment on the defense, especially along the front 7. Now that Matthew Judon's gone, Uche's departed, and Juwan Bentley's recent injury highlights a gap at that linebacker depth. Plus, the Patriots have pressing needs for an edge rusher that can really bend the edge. While Keon White has demonstrated impressive versatility as a true Viper, with the ability to play defensive end, play some D tackle, and handle some off-ball duties. But New England's defense still lacks a pure speed edge rusher who can consistently disrupt from various box alignments. Meanwhile, Anthony Jennings provides a steady edge-setting quality at snaps as a jack linebacker, though he is still one of the more underappreciated assets on the roster. On the other side, we don't really see some of that pass rush ability. With Dietrich Wise getting up there in age, the Patriots kind of have to address these gaps to build a front 7 that can really match up effectively against both the run and the pass. At the same time, I recognize the Patriots obviously have to go after offense, particularly at wide receiver and all along the offensive line. However, I must point out there's potential flexibility in addressing these issues. The Patriots could acquire a dependable wide receiver in free agency, and their offensive line challenges might not require high first-round picks. While there's still need for a right tackle and improvements on the interior, I have to point out Vidarian Lowe has shown promise at left tackle, which could allow the team to focus on the edge and linebacker help earlier in the draft than most fans would like to accept. This flexibility opens up the opportunity to pursue Penn State's Abdul Carter, a dynamic defender with the rare ability to operate both as a linebacker and as an edge rusher. And I mean that legitimately. And looking at his athletic profile, you will understand why he can play both. Now he's 6'3", 254 pounds, but his 40-yard dash, 4.48. His shuttle, 4.35. His broad, 10'7", vert at 33.5. His max velocity, 22.4. He's power clean 350, bench 375, and squat is 600 pounds. Yeah, you're looking at a freak edge setter, but some of those numbers, 4.48 with a 4.35 shuttle, I mean, that's good enough for some wide receivers. Again, Carter's athletic profile makes him an elite hybrid edge/linebacker, offering the Patriots the ability to deploy him both as a pass rusher and just simply as a straight-up linebacker. His explosive speed and physical strength would be an immediate asset for the Patriots defense that has struggled with creating consistent pressure since Judon's departure. Now looking at his performance and production, 2023 as a linebacker, 48 tackles, 5.5 for loss, 4.5 sacks. Pass coverage, he had 5 pass breakups and 1 INT. In addition, he had 1 forced fumble and 5 QB hurries. Now this year, as an edge player, which he converted to in the spring, in 8 games, he already has 34 tackles, 11.5 tackles for loss, 6 sacks, 1 forced fumble, and 3 pass deflections from the edge position. Transitioning to the defensive line, Carter proved his effectiveness as a pass rusher. It's obvious he does have a knack for pressuring quarterbacks and disrupting passing lanes. If you look at the tape, it's very obvious. In addition, he is still racking up tackles. He's more than just a pure pass rusher and an edge setter. He has the ability to operate both at the line of scrimmage and at the second level, which would fill a major void for New England. His key strengths, obviously just explosive speed and agility. We don't have to go through that. However, the one thing that really stands out is how this guy can line up everywhere, which is important not just because, hey, he can fill in a spot, he can be out there on all 3 downs, but it also unlocks the deceptive and versatile moves that you can use with him. Carter's speed gives him the ability to mask his moves effectively, making him well suited for delayed blitzes and complex stunts. This adaptability would be invaluable for the New England's defense, who is struggling to scheme up pressure. Another thing I have to reiterate is just that hybridness. Going back, this ability to transition seamlessly between playing on the line and dropping into coverage. His versatility would provide the Patriots with options for hybrid defensive looks and would help alleviate the pressure created by potential injuries next year. Another thing to point out is that he's actually pretty decent in coverage. Carter's experience at the linebacker makes him effective in coverage, allowing the Patriots to be creative in disguising defensive looks. Again, he's out there, but you don't know what he's going to do, where he's going, and what his job is. His pass coverage skills would be an immediate asset, particularly in today's pass-heavy NFL. Now, digging in a little bit deeper, how would he actually fit in? Again, Patriots do need a dynamic edge rusher. Judon's gone, Uche's gone, Zimenez is hurt. The Patriots really just don't have that dynamic edge rusher. Carter's ability to operate the line of scrimmage and at the second level would really allow the Patriots to secure a high-level talent on defense and not require them to go out and spend 2 or 3 draft picks on defense or go out there and spend money on free agents. He would bring a rare combination of size, speed, and athleticism, would allow him to wear multiple hats on defense. On the downside, I really don't have that many. The only thing I can really see that pops out on tape is that this guy can accelerate and he gets going real fast and he just outdoes himself. He'll overshoot, gets overly aggressive, and doesn't get a clean hit. But other than that, I really don't see much. Now, to bring it back, what would be the draft strategy for this guy? I'm going to point out again, the Patriots need a wide receiver. They need help across the offensive line. Now, they could address the receiver, like I said, in free agency, and they could target more specific offensive line help maybe later in the draft. I would say Vidarian Lowe is showing promise at left tackle. Is he absolutely an all-pro? No. But maybe that allows you to have that flexibility to look at upgrades possibly at right tackle if, say, Caden Wallace doesn't show up. Your center, yeah, David Andrews, injured, getting up there in age, but Ben Brown's looking all right. You also have Cole Strange, obviously Onwenu's doing quite solid. But honestly, the Patriots, if you're really looking at the things that they're missing, yeah, it's that dynamic speed edge rusher that is not only just going to be effective at pressuring the quarterback, but actually has the speed to chase him down and put him to the ground and not just be a penetrator or a collapser. We have those guys. Now you need a finisher. Abdul Carter can do that. Other thing would be getting a legitimate X receiver. Now, Tet McMillan appears to be probably the only one that I would say in the first round that would be fitting that profile, that just big body dominant receiver. There's plenty of other guys later on in the draft that have the size, the speed. They will be more on the development side, but at least they're there. For speed edge rushers that can play at the linebacker level and be effective and be day one plug-in guys, it's basically just Abdul. And again, I'm not saying that Patriots defensive front sucks. You got Keon White, who's a beast. Barmore is obviously incredibly legit. But man, that dynamic edge rusher who can contribute on all 3 downs is really missing. And just a reminder, using my drafting cheat sheet, edge rusher is just 1 spot above left tackle. Another thing to consider is that the Patriots might only be interested in 5 or 6 players that are currently projected in the first round. Again, you got Campbell, you got Bank, McMillan, Burden might be in there, Ursery, maybe Travis Hunter, depending on how free agency goes. So perhaps the Patriots could pursue Abdul Carter, whose elite skill set as both a linebacker and edge rusher could make an immediate impact on defense, who is in need of speed and adaptability. Abdul Carter's dynamic athleticism, position versatility, and ability to disguise moves provide the Patriots an ideal skill set to build that front 7. Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you think the Patriots should go after him? If so, when? Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys like this content, please like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.